but Sterlite Tech, that one is down 2.5% today. Now, we spoke about this counter before we went into the break. The revenues have fallen close to 1.5% on a quarter-on-quarter basis, but EBITDA expansion margins have gone up, and therefore the PAT has grown almost 48% on a quarter-on-quarter basis. What led to this, and what would the quarters ahead look like? Let's get in Dr. Anand Agarwal, CEO of Sterlite Tech, who joins us on the line from Pune. Good having you. Thanks so much for joining in, Anand. So, two ways to look at your numbers. One is that there has been a bit of a miss on the revenue front, but there has been a significant EBITDA margin expansion. Just put this into perspective for us.
Sure, Neeraj. In terms of we are currently focusing a whole lot on the margin growth that we are seeing. So the revenue growth that we saw year-on-year basis is about 22-23%, and we are pretty comfortable with the sort of growth that we have seen on that front, and we believe that sort of growth is there and sustainable. However, the overall focus is on getting better realization, order book, getting better customers, getting the better product portfolio. And the main reason for us to go from Q3 to Q4 in terms of the increase in margins, that has been an increase in sales in optical fibers. So we've done close to about 2.6 million sales in Q3, and we've done close to about 3.2 million. And we believe this growth in optical fiber is reflection of a growth in global demand, and specifically a lot of growth and potential that we see in the Indian market. And we believe this sort of growth in the optical fiber business and these kind of volumes are sustainable as we go forward.
What's the expectation on the margin front going forward? I mean, how much do you think you can contain margins to?
Margins currently on the telecom business, we are at about between 15 to 16% EBITDA. We believe that sort of margin would sustain and maybe slightly towards the higher end. Because for us, the margin kicker is the optical fiber business, and we are pretty bullish on where at least the India market is going to go as we look forward with the plans for the national optical fiber network, with the defense network, as well as now the 4G deployments happening across the country as well.
You've got a couple of orders, I believe one order at least in the month of April of around 630 crores. What's the current order book like, and how is order inflow per se looking like?
The order book for us is about 1900 crores in total. So the order inflow continues to be healthy, but again, instead of focusing on the absolute amount of the order inflow, we're looking at the sustainability and the profitability of the order inflow. And we are pretty comfortable with what we have right now and what we see in the future. So to that extent, as I said, the macros of the two businesses that we deal in, the telecom and the power business, continues to be healthy as we look ahead. And especially it will be led by the telecom business, and within that the optical fiber segment.
So just wondering, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but I was looking at your Q4 numbers, and telecom, which is the higher EBITDA contribution to your overall numbers, the Q4 EBITDA has actually dipped by around 3%. Is that a one-off, and do you see growth coming back on the EBITDA front with the telecom product and solutions business?
You must be seeing something. The numbers for Q4 has been 15.6%, and for the full year is 15.1%. So Q3 had dipped, and that was because of the lower volumes in Q3, but Q4 is back at normal levels.
Okay, so you're saying there are no concerns with the telecom product business, that continues to be robust?
Absolutely.
Okay. The other bit that I would want to ask you about is that you mentioned that you're looking at the quality of the order inflow and not really necessarily the overall quantum, but just purely because we hear a lot of stuff about how optic fiber companies are going to get a large share of volumes in FY14, and I don't know how true it is. So just wanted your perspective. Do you believe the next 1 year, aside of the quality of orders, the quantum of orders would jump substantially, or is that just talk and something material needs to happen before that comes about?
It's a mix of both, so I won't say that it will be a sudden pickup and then nothing beyond. It's like there is a lot of volume which needs to get deployed in the country. Just to get a perspective, India just consumes about 6-7 million kilometers, while anywhere else, like a country like China consumes 120 million kilometers of fiber annually. So there is a lot of pent-up demand which needs to come from the private segment, from the likes of BSNL and from the likes of social initiatives like connectivity to the rural areas. And all this is going to pan out over the next 3 years. So we are very, very confident that this is going to happen. But will it be a sudden pent-up demand and then down? We are not really sure. We believe it will gradually increase. And our capacity increase from 12 million to 20 million kilometers has been anticipating that. And to that extent, we are well positioned to take care of that increase in demand.
All right, Anand, thanks very much for joining us and giving us that perspective to your business. That's Sterlite Technologies in the session, about 2% lower for the stock. Sandeep,